You became a freelancer to be free. So why does it feel like you're working 9 to 5? If that were that simple, it's more like 7 a.m. to midnight every day. And you tell yourself it's just temporary, just this one client, just this one season. But the seasons keep changing and somehow the work never does. You keep saying yes. You say yes because you care. You care about your business. You care about your clients. You care about your reputation. But what if every yes to a client is a silent no to your family? And that's the hidden cost we don't like to consider. This video isn't about productivity hacks, but it is about clarity. The kind of clarity that helps you work less, live more, and stop treating your family like a to do item that you'll get to when things slow down. Because the truth is, things will not slow down. You have to make a decision. No one can fix this but you. But you have to decide that you want to fix it. And I can help you find a way out, but it'll be up to you to actually do the work needed to free up your time. Now, you thought freelancing meant freedom. No more bosses, no more meetings that should have been emails, no more punching the clock, and definitely no more office politics. But somewhere along the way, you sacrificed freedom today for freedom in the future. But the future freedom never actually came. So you keep paying now to be rewarded later. But when later comes, all you have is more work and none of the freedom that you were expecting. Instead of freedom, you have availability. But it's not availability for yourself or your family, it's availability for your clients. And it makes sense. Your clients are paying the bills. Your family has to have a roof over their head and food on their plates. It's just unfortunate that you can't be with them while they eat. But this project has to get done. You're already later than you want to be, and you really need to get this delivered for your client. You can't say no. Actually, you can. You might not be able to say no to your clients, but you can say no to your wife and kids. It was painful for me to realize that of myself. I only realized it after reading the book, The Power of Full Engagement. There's a story of a guy who says he just can't say no, but his wife corrected him that he didn't have a problem saying no to his family. And ultimately, what you've done is you've traded the structure of a 9 to 5 for the chaos of a 24/7. And the crazy thing is, your clients didn't do this to you. You did it to yourself. I know you did it to yourself because I did it to myself. And why did you do it to yourself? You did it because you care. You did it because you're capable, and you did it because you can. But being able to say yes doesn't mean you should say yes. You didn't leave a job to have 10 different bosses disguised as clients. I mean, this is not freedom. It's just a new kind of prison with better branding. Freedom is not about doing whatever you want, whenever you want. It's actually about being intentional with your time and clear on your values. If your family never sees you and your peace is always disrupted, then who exactly is your business serving? I mean, that's the illusion. You feel free because you chose this path, but now it's time to choose a better version of it. You want to be known as someone who delivers, someone who's dependable, someone clients can count on. So when a last minute request pops up, you respond. When a client needs a favor, you say yes, even if it derails your evening, your weekend, or just your family dinner. Why? Well, because that's what good service looks like, right? Unfortunately, here's the problem. You've redefined professionalism as self-sacrifice. You fear that setting boundaries means being difficult, that saying not today means being selfish, that protecting your time is the same as hurting your business. It's not. In fact, the opposite is true. That can be really hard to believe when your nose is to the grindstone, but let me repeat it. Protecting your time is not going to hurt your business. You see, the best clients respect boundaries. The best businesses are sustainable. And the best service you can offer is consistency. But right now, your family is not getting any of that. They're not even getting what's left of you. Instead, they're getting what's missing because they're missing you. And you are missing life. They're missing your attention and your presence. You show up for every deadline, for every deliverable, every Zoom call, but you keep ghosting your own life. And over time, that doesn't just cost you connection, it costs you your identity because you stop being a father, a husband, a person with a life, and you just become a service provider on call 24/7. As guys, it's easy for us to get our worth from our job. We want to do the best work possible, but it causes us to overextend ourselves. And that overextension ends up becoming the new normal. And we are always hustling harder trying to keep up. And it's impossible. But instead of letting a client down, we let ourselves down by letting our families down. Being excellent at your craft does not mean that your family should be starved for your presence. You can serve your clients well, and you can serve your family fully. However, it does require drawing a line in the sand. It's not about doing less, it's about knowing who you're doing what you're doing for. And we talk a lot about success as freedom, but freedom without peace is just chaos in disguise. You may have more money now than you did working a 9 to 5. You may even have more influence or more control, more opportunity. But do you have more peace, more presence, more joy? Because if the answer is no, then what exactly are you building and why? Because success isn't about income. Being fulfilled in life is about intention. It's about designing your business to serve your life, not take it over. It's true that saying no feels risky. You might worry about losing a client or missing out on income, but saying yes to everything is the fastest way to lose yourself and potentially worse, like lose your family. The truth is, boundaries don't just protect your time. You see, boundaries also protect your purpose. When you start saying no to the wrong things, you make space for the right things. You start showing up at dinner, being present on the weekends, actually being fully present and laughing with your family, not just decompressing. You don't need a new system or new software, but you do need a new scorecard. Stop measuring success only by the amount of money coming in the door. Consider the fulfillment in your life. It's true that working hard is required early on, but at some point it has to change. You cannot continue to burn the candle at both ends. So start measuring fulfillment in your life by how often you smile, how often you're able to experience life with your family. Being fulfilled is partially by the work we get to do, but it's not the whole story. Fulfillment isn't just by those you serve, but also by those you come home to, or upstairs to, or to the other room to. Because when your family is flourishing and you're not constantly drained, that's real fulfillment. This is the moment to redefine what winning actually looks like for you. Here's the truth, plain and simple. You didn't build this business just to survive. You built it to thrive. And you don't need to prove yourself by being always on, always available, and always exhausted. That's not success. It's just survival with a prettier logo. Because if what you really want is fulfillment, not just in your work, but in your life too, then this video is your invitation. Now, I'm not inviting you to quit your business. I'm not inviting you to burn it all down, but I am inviting you to build something better. You don't have to figure it all out today, but you do have to be honest with yourself. Honest about the toll, the trade-offs, and even the truth of what this lifestyle is costing you and what it's actually costing your family. You can see some more thoughts on this topic from me in the video titled, How to Break Free from the Prison of Your Business. It's the next step forward, so I hope you'll join me there in that video. I'll see you in the next video.